Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Unique Inspirations with me, Trina. All right, we're back in today. We're back in. Welcome, everybody. I hope everybody had a great day. I am skimming through the day, but I am making it through the day, y'all, because life is just good like that. Regardless when we think that it's bad, it's just good like that. But yeah, so thank you guys for coming in. If you're watching on replay, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Make sure that you share and subscribe with people that are like-minded or you think that can use the message. Hello, good evening, Miss Marcia. Welcome. Let me put my glasses on, y'all. Marcia says, Sheena, I've heard of the news. Someone in Ukraine asked, does humanity stop at their border? No, no. No, we got to keep going. Humanity got to go everywhere, all across the world. Yes, Marcia, I have power today. I have power today. So, how are you today, Marcia? Y'all, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So, yes, y'all, I'm really excited that I get to start on this whole humanity thing today. I've been wanting to get to it, because it's just something that I think that is very important as being a human and living in a world of individuals where we're all so different and so unique. And so being a humanitarian is a great way to show your appreciation towards others and appreciate your life in general. Marsha, I am so glad that you're doing great. You know what? I can't complain either, Marsha. I've had a twisted up day. It's been like all kinds of stuff happening today, but good, bad, happy, sad. But you know what? I'm good. Like, I'm so excited. Well, every time I get on here, I'm good, right? So I'm always looking forward to coming on here on Unique Inspirations to encourage everybody, to get everybody going. Make sure y'all do y'all affirmations. If you have not done your affirmations today, please make sure you take time right now and do your affirmations. Because remember, nobody could love you like you love you. Yes, it yes, Marcia, it does keep you going. It definitely does keep you going and keep you young. That's for sure. Definitely. And I see that you do well, Marcia, because you be over there doing your yoga and all that kind of good stuff. You're giving me good hope. I'm gonna tell you that. You're giving me good hope. So when I retire, that I still have energy to do what I would like to do and still, do some of the things that I was put here to do. And, I think that's just going to always be a part of me. So I can't, that's never going to leave. If anything, it just gets better over time. This is what we have to let ourselves know, y'all. If y'all have something that y'all want to be doing, that's part of being being a humanitarian. You want to encourage and you want to do great things. Show your greatness. What are you holding your greatness for? What are you holding your greatness for? Because remember, even if you share it and somebody can do it, they can't do it like you. That's what makes it so unique. They can't do it like you. So just make sure that you are staying on your toes and all that kind of good stuff. But I did want to go through what is humanity and all those good things, because I feel like it's very important, as I stated not too long ago. So basically, from what I gather, humanity, they break it down as this, guys. They break it down and says humanity means caring for and helping others whenever and wherever possible. Humanity means helping others at times when they need that help the most. Humanity means forgetting forgetting our selfish interest at times when others need our help. Humanity means extending unconditional love to each and every little living being on earth, and that could be, volunteer at a school. So talking about volunteering, y'all, and speaking on humanitarian and speaking on just humanity as well. Um, I sure did sign up. I'm going to be going to a living assistance facility, not to live, but I'm really excited because I am going to get to go over there, and I am going to get with the activity director, and we're going to set up some time. I'm going to get to go over there and show, my part, my humanitarian, to help other individuals. I don't care if it's just walking with them and having a casual conversation, or maybe somebody wants their hair brushed, or maybe somebody needs assistance being fed. You just never know, what you can actually do. You can go to nursing homes or living facilities. You can go to schools. You can go to shelters, women, kids, foster, all that kind of good stuff. And that's just us being able to pay back. You might be like, well, ain't nobody done nothing for me. That's why we all messed up, because you're talking about what people have not done for you, and why should we do it? Well, it got to start somewhere. Feel good about doing it. If you ain't going to feel good about doing it, don't do it, because you're just wasting your energy and somebody else's time. So, and then you're dealing with people's feelings too. Marsha, what did you say? Let me see what you said, Marsha. Marsha says, I used to work when I worked as a civilian at Tinker Air Force Base. We were given 2 or 3 hours per week to go over to the gym and work out. That's good. Like, we have a gym at my work facility as well. Now, mind you, I do not take advantage of that like I should. But, it's there. And I think that it's really great when organization, corporation, business, and just business periods do offer that to their employees, because fitness is really good. It's really good. And that's another way you can give back time. Start like something where you like kids or something. You might, want to just say, hey, let's start like some type of running program. Kids love to run and use a lot of energy. So try it that way. Hi, Tracy. How are you? Welcome. I'm so glad to have you. How was your day? Did you do your affirmation? If not, take your seconds or minutes or whatever you have to do, girl, and get on it. Talk to yourself. Tell yourself something good. Tell you something good. But yes, so I will be doing that myself. And it's not because I feel like I just, I'm just going to do it. No, I feel like I need to give back in some type of way that I can. Like I said, when we give, it doesn't always have to be monetary, time. That's why they say, y'all ever think about when they say you can give your children all kinds of things, monetary, electronics, beds, clothing, roof, whatever. We can give our kids so many things, but we cannot give them time back. So even if you feel like you are lacking in that area, don't beat yourself up. Just find time now to say, you know what, I'm going to spend 1 hour a day doing this with my kiddo, rather it's reading or putting together a puzzle or teaching them their ABCs or going to a movie with your oldest or going skating, walking outside, going to a park, going to watch a theater show together, something, and that's also, giving back, because our children are part of humanity, and so they should be, we're number one. We're number one. We got to get ourselves going and pumping, and then show it to our children and let them know, like, not everybody's going to be able to give to you, but always know that when somebody's giving their time to you, that's very important. That's very important. So I love the fact that humanity is within all of us. We all have it within us. It's just the whole purpose of being able to put it out there and let it be used for good use. Another thing that I wanted to share was compassion being the core of humanity. When you're doing something for others, it's because that is something that drives you. That is something that you love doing. You love to see people happy. Put your heart and soul to it. Don't be trying to be out there helping and saying, hey, I'm a humanitarian, but you're not doing anything to put up any sacrificing time or anything like that. But compassion is the core of our humanity. And it says it comes more than empathy, which means the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. Without some of those qualities offered, life could not go on. One of the qualities of people who are always happy and peaceful is their compassion. And you know what? I really believe that. I really honestly believe that. So Marsha says, is this going to be my first time volunteering? Actually, it's not. It's going to be like my first, you know what? I might as well say like first time in years or decades. But I have volunteered in the past, Marsha. But as far as like being a full grown adult, to where I can say own something. No, this is going to be like my first time, I'm going to say. But yeah, and I'm really, really excited. I'm looking forward to it because I don't want to just stop at being at an assisted living place. I want to go and extend, that humanity to other places like women's shelters and foster care homes and, just stuff like that, because I feel like everybody can use it. And those people probably feel like they have nobody. But knowing that there are people out there like all of us, we're here to help. And so just giving time back is so important. And I'm so happy, y'all. I am so, so excited about this. Like, I don't even know how to put it into words, because I feel like that's the least I can do, y'all. And it was just on my heart. It was on my heart. And it was like so many things too that I was reading across and things that I was reading out of the scripture. Everything, a lot of things of humanity popped out to me. And that's when that day I posted and I was like, I'm going to talk about humanity. But at the same time, I don't want to talk about humanity and I'm not doing it. So I want, you guys, you don't have to go out and do it, but just know that when you're doing it, you're doing something to make somebody else feel good. You're letting them know that they are still appreciated, they're still valued. And at the end of the day, when you turn around, you're not going to be patting your back saying, oh, I get the Good Samaritan award. You're going to feel it in your soul, knowing that you did it because you felt like that was something you had to do, something that you felt passionate about doing, something that like, hey, I'm gonna give up this time to go spend it and do it with somebody else because they are worth this time too. Not everybody has families and stuff like that. Some people get placed in these different locations and things go on in their life and they don't have their families, for support. So if we have one another for support, why not extend the hand, right? So I am going to once again be getting ready to volunteer, get myself out there. So I'm really excited about that. And believe me, I will let y'all know how that goes. Tracy says, I was so fortunate to have worked in a career that I was able to receive so much by giving what I could. I have also done volunteer work, but not as much as I should. And you know what, Tracy? Even if you start off with being 1 hour a month, 1 hour a week, whatever you feel comfortable and you see where need is, where you can take the opportunity to give somebody the need that they, that they're craving for or they need, give it to them. Give them that assistance. Hey, Ron, how are you? How is your day? I hope you did your affirmation. But yeah, so y'all make sure because it's very important. And you know what, Tracy? It's good that you got to work in that environment. I mean, I think everything that we do, when whatever type of job that we have, I really, really believe that it is customer service. It's customer service. But when you go into some of these places of business, you're not going to always find somebody being very kind or polite or giving you the customer service that you deserve. You know, they can be having a bad day or, they just, whatever. They tired of the job, whatever the problem is, or whatever the situation is, we still have to remember that we have to give the best customer service that we can. That's part of humanity. Customer service is humanity. So it doesn't matter if you work at a convenience store, if you work at a hospital, if you work at Disneyland, if you work at Taco Bell, if you work wherever you work, you're handing out some type of customer service. And if you're not even doing it in the front part, you're doing it in the back, because from the back, it has to go to the front, right? So they got to get ideas and they got to do things a certain way, but it comes from the back. So when you think about it, being a humanitarian, you got to go within yourself. Find compassion and love in yourself so you can know how to put it out when you are going out there to give someone your time and share things. And so that's what I'm saying. Humanitarian is not about just everybody else. It's also about you and how you see yourself. Hold on one second. And so Ron says, thank you, Marsha. I really enjoy I'm getting there. Oh, well, that was nice of you, Ron. Ron says, thank you, Marsha. I really enjoyed meeting Kim. Always amazing. Yes, I'm glad that, we can all get here and talk and be civil with one another. My goodness, I love it. Marsha says, I just completed 19 years of working at a local Christian thrift store. How was that, Marsha? How was that? A Christian thrift store? I probably would have been like so excited about that. I would have been so, because I bet you it was interesting. You probably saw a lot of old, unique things and interesting people coming in, learning different type of religions and just stuff like that. I mean, I know you're saying Christian, but you got all type of people walking up in there. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think that's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Tracy says, just you giving time in your channel is a kind of practice. And you know what? Thank you so much for that, Tracy. I try. I really, really try. And I really can't say try. I guess I can say I do it. And I don't try to make myself sound all, da, 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 da. But I can actually say that I'm doing it. And I want to encourage so many more people like yourself and everybody else that's on here that gets to watch the channel to express yourself and love yourself enough to where we can go out there and love others and give them that same respect. Because you know what? Everybody's not going to give you that satisfaction. No, everybody's not going to give you the love and the respect and the loyalty that you deserve. But as long as you're putting it out, more people will more likely learn how to pick it up because it'll become norm. That's the thing. We start things that are positive, but we never finish them because of what people might say or what people might do. But you can't worry about what people might say and what people might do because you can't allow somebody to judge you. You cannot allow somebody to judge you. So and if they are, you still got to keep doing the best that you can. Dig deep within yourself. Start being a humanitarian to yourself first. That's why they call it self-care. Ron says we did a collab with Medium Kim tonight. Did y'all? How did it go, Ron? How did that go? I'm gonna have to go watch that. Tracy says there is so magic in the chat. So much. Oh. Marcia says it was fun at first, but worked with many different personalities, and I was usually the only Black that volunteered. You know, a lot of things that we do, Marcia, I ain't even gonna lie. A lot of the things that we do, they start out so great, right? And then you try and think about like what happened, what brought this to, for it to be as is, like to where I'm not enjoying it anymore, or it's not good, or but life change and we change, and individuals within the world, they change. And so like you said, dealing with different personalities, and not everyone is equipped to deal with different personalities. Like there are some personalities that I have to walk away from. I just have to walk away from it. But yeah, so it's okay. You put in the time that you could. And I know that you probably felt a little, you know, different, or, of course you're different. But I guess what I'm saying is uncomfortable, because like I said, I have a lot more Caucasian friends and mixed culture friends than I do fully African American friends like myself. And so sometimes I'm standing out like the sore thumb. And sometimes it can be overbearing at times, because it's like you're looking around and you're like, why doesn't anybody in here look like me? So I definitely get you. I get you. But that's what makes us unique, standing out above the crowd. And then the good thing about it is it's a positive thing. You know what I mean? Let me stand out above the crowd on a positive note. All right. And let's see. Tracy says, that's true, Marcia. You don't have to be hateful to people because life changed. But you know what? Some people just become ugly and bitter because they don't. I feel, this is my opinion. I believe when people become bitter, it's something either personally with them, um, a personal issue with them, or they are just really unhappy in certain things in their life and it needs to be changed. And because I have been one of those people, I'd be like, man, why do I feel like, this, or, and why do I feel like I'm all, because you be angry at yourself. And then so everything around you is ugly. You know what I mean? But I definitely agree that no, just because life changed does not mean that you have to be somebody on a different side of being ugly. I feel like if we're going to change our lives, we always need to change our lives for the best, and know that no matter what, whatever we face, it's going to be something. Whatever we go through, it's going to be something. But the goal of it is to feed ourselves enough to know and trust that, hey, if I go through this situation, I might be able to withstand it because I know who I am. And sometimes in certain situations we don't know, because we're never prepared for the unknown. We're never prepared for the unknown, and we're not going to be prepared for the unknown. So it just all depends, how you're going to accept it. So yes, ma'am. Marcia says, Trina, I have many different types of friends who are not Black working on the Air Force. But yeah. And that's the thing though, Marcia, being able to reach out to others. Okay. Cause I work with a whole bunch of different people as well, even with my current position. But I feel like when we are stepping out and we are representing ourselves, people fail to realize that the easiest thing for somebody to say, I believe, when they see you like trying to do good or something, first thing is somebody go always have an excuse of saying you're overthinking it, or you think you can really do that. Why can't people just say, how can I help you get there? Why can't, that's part of humanity. If I see you trying to build, why do I want to go behind you and break it down when I can help you build? And then once we get you situated, you can help me build. And then we can go out there and help somebody else build. And it just goes on and on and on like that. But some people, us living in our flesh, become very difficult to deal with. And we don't even accept some of ourselves. And that is where I want us to break that bridge, is loving and accepting the person that we are, and understanding that you cannot be nobody else and nobody else can be you, you know? Marcia says, when you represent a Christian place of business, you should show the Christ in you. Sometimes the customers are hateful, but I was still nice. And you know what? I like that you said sometimes the customers were hateful. That's why they were probably landed in there, Marcia, because even though they were hateful, you were still being nice, and you were smiling, and you were still going to have a good day, even though you couldn't even settle with that sometimes. I'm sure you couldn't settle with that sometimes. But the great thing about it was you were still nice. And I can almost guarantee you, probably you touched some of those people like, oh, well, she was so nice. Have you ever done like that? Well, why she's so nice? Well, why can't people be nice? People, I mean, it's so bad now that when you are nice to people, people want to know why you're being so nice. And that's bad, y'all. That's bad, because it's out of the norm. We have to get back into the norm, letting people know, like, hey, it's okay to be nice to one another. You know, I'm not asking you to go beg or borrow or steal from you because I'm being nice to you, you know? Hey, Casey, how are you? Tracy says, she's talking to Marsha, says, Marsha, good for you standing in your light and not owning someone else's negativity. I feel sorry for them, not you. That's the truth, Tracy. Tracy, that is the truth. And I agree with you 100%. That's right. We can't let somebody bring out negativity out of us because they not feeling right about themselves. When y'all see people like that, try to find a way, and a nice, decent way to make them smile. You know, even if you just got a pen in your purse, or if you're a gentleman, you know, just be nice and just tell somebody something. They go look at you crazy anyways, because they go be like, oh, what is she talking about? Why is it? But at the end of the day, it'll click, because they'll probably sit back and say, you know what, I may have had a shitty day yesterday, but that guy that came up to me, or that lady that came up to me, was very nice. And shoot, I might need to see how that worked. You know, so we never know what we're doing. So that's why it's very, very important. Just because somebody is trying to bring down the environment or the atmosphere, always try to keep it positive as much as you can. So, I'm glad you're doing good, Casey. Everybody, make sure y'all hitting that thumbs up as y'all come in. Thank y'all so much. Tracy says that, Casey, yes, spiritual, that is true. But for most things we will encounter in life. Yeah. Yeah. That is so true. And just for if somebody didn't see what Casey put, Casey says, because some religions teach judgment, not is right, wrong, good, bad. Exactly. And that's, you know what? Oh, Casey, I'm so glad you brought that up, because there are religions out there that talk about judgment, and we're not here to judge nobody. We're not here. Who are we? When we got all these flaws and mistakes and things that we do on our own and bring up on ourselves, how can we judge somebody else? I know everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but having an opinion and judging somebody is totally different. It's totally different. Because when people start judging, that means they feel like they can have that control of you on that aspect. It don't work like that. Don't work like that. Or you owe them an explanation for who you are and why you doing it. Like they was your born parents or something. I don't know. Casey says, I told someone we didn't have the right to judge, and they said I, you better leave that to God. But you know what, Casey? Another thing that my mama told me too, another reason that I don't, judge is because, for one, we're not supposed to. Two, my mom always told me, when you judge somebody, now you got to close your eyes and you have to answer to God one day. And when you start judging everybody and you have to go through all these sequences and questions and all that kind of stuff, then God's going to want to know, what were you taught? Why were you judging this person? Are you going to answer that person that you're judging? I look, right now, if I was to close my eyes, I have 41 years that I would have to talk to God about. Right? All my sins, my forgiveness, all that. I don't have the extra time or want to spend the extra time to talk about somebody else that I done made judgment when after I can go be partying after I give my confession. I can go and go. I don't want to sit there for hours after hours and years after years trying to say what I done done and plus somebody else because I didn't judge them. No, baby, it's okay. I'd rather just keep on going. Hey, Casey, how are you? That's right, Marcia. Ooh, that is so true. Casey, we all have different truths because we are all different. That is so true. That is so true. Casey says we are absolutely flawed. She says we have no right to judge. Amen, amen, amen. How are you doing today, Casey? How's your daughter? Tracy says, it is in everything. It's when we give away our power is when we move into their energy. Yeah. When you moving into those people, you're saying, okay, here I come. I'm gonna follow right behind you. Instead of just turning the other way or trying to make the situation brighter than what it is. Somebody's got to bring the light, but I can't make somebody brighten up if they're not wanting to, ready to, or willing to. So I'm gonna try to brighten it up. If my brightness don't work, guess what? It's time for me to move around because that person is not ready. I'm not going to say that person is just going to be miserable for the rest of their lives. But what I am going to say is that person is not ready. We got to be ready when we change ourselves. But so another part of, humanity is allowing yourself to give your core values. You remember a while back we were talking about core values. Businesses have core values, so all of us should have core values. We should. If not, make sure y'all start working on y'all core values. We talked about that a while back. But yes, do something about that. Put yourself at a level to where you're like, you know what? I don't want the negativity. If the negativity comes around, I'm moving about. But make sure that you're being positive. Put that positive energy. Like I said, people are going to be ready when they get ready, So, yes. Marcia says, Casey, let me go up a little bit, y'all. I'm sorry. Casey says, we are yes, ma'am. We are imperfectly perfect. That's true, Casey. We are so imperfect. And I love telling people that I'm imperfect. I even be telling God at night, Lord, you made me like this. You made me imperfect. But you know what? Every day I get to wake up to you and I get to learn something new, or I get to share something new. So yes, I am so glad, even with the good, the bad, the ugly, we still got to make it through. And even like I said before, do it. When you are at your darkest moment, still do a sacrifice of praise, y'all, because doing that sacrifice of praise, you'll be happy that you did it. You'll be happy that you did it. And for people that doesn't really understand what a sacrifice of praise is, that is you praising God, but it's so hard for you to do that because you feel like he done let you down, or you're just miserable within yourself and you feel like the world owe you something. We all pretty much have if being Christians or whatever we believe in. And like I said, you're here on Unique Inspirations. It's not about a whole spirituality thing. It's about you and starting with you. But whatever you believe in and however you feel of your spirit guides and all that kind of stuff, take all that. Take it all in and understand. Hold on. That we do a sacrifice of praise. But so just to sum it up, a sacrifice of praise is just saying, hey guys, you're upset about something and it's like it seems so hard to praise and to give thanks and all that kind of stuff. So, I still be doing sacrifice of praise. Sometimes it's not always easy, but we still need to do it. And when we do it, we need to do it from our spirit, from our soul, from understanding, from, whatever, from wherever we feel our soul core is, from our core, bring it out and say that. It's okay if you say, Spirit, I'm mad at you. I'm so mad at you right now. I don't even care if you come back next week. But the Spirit will know you better and know, like, she needs me. She just mad right now. But at least she can confess to it. At least she can confess to it. If you can confess to God how you be mad at him sometimes, you can talk to him about anything or whoever your God is. So because you might not have that friend that's sitting right next to you, your best friend that you can call on the phone or whatever, know that God is always listening. His phone is never busy. It is never busy. And if he ain't helping you at the midst of it, he go get somebody to help you. Okay? She said, sorry, moving. Hey, at the Hermit's Corner, how are you, friend? Yes, one day at a time, Casey. One day at a time. Casey says, I see politicians putting down Jewish people, but God said that there were in his people. And that because, I'm putting this up so y'all can see it, and because Christianity comes along does not mean the old teachings are invalid. You know what, Casey? Let me tell you something. People are so quick to put down Christianity. People are so quick to put down, let me just sum it up. Let me just sum it up. People are so quick to put down things, people, places that they are uncomfortable with. They don't have no clue, but they're very uncomfortable. And so it's easy to put down things that you're not familiar with. And I feel like when you feel like, and then on top of that, I don't talk politics, but politicians, to me, they are to have power, right? They are to make decisions for us. But however, they make these decisions, but are they praying before they make these decisions? I don't know. But anybody that feels like they are in control, they always want to pretty much put other things down under them and think what their way and they're doing is the right way. But we're all different. It don't work like that. Marcia says, that's right. Praise God in all things, no matter the size. It don't matter. It can be 2 people walking. It can be 5 people walking. It can be 6 people eating. It can be 2 people eating. It can be whatever. But whatever you doing, praise God in the Most High. He go get us there, y'all. He go get us there. We got to be able to help ourselves, though. Lord knows we got to be able to help ourselves. So yes, Marcia, I definitely agree with you on that. Yes. Yes, we need the old with the new, because how we go get to the new without knowing the old? We got to. And that's why I love, you know what? Our grandparents were great humanitarians. I really believe that, because most of the people that you sit around, and they talk about their grandparents, whether it's the grandmother, the grandfather, you can see all the history that they have given, what they've been through, where it started, where it did. Baby, you need to do this because that's a kindness of an act of kindness. You know what I mean? Or don't do this because you're just gonna. That is part of humanitarian. They being a humanitarian, they want to give you and feed you the positive and help you when they can. Nowadays, it's not set up like that all the time. We're still trying to fight for answers and fighting for comfort and fighting for all these other things. But we need to stop doing that because we have it within inside of us. We're already fighting with ourselves. Why do we want to fight with the outside world? Be a humanitarian in somewhat way and stop fighting with yourself. So if we stop fighting with ourselves and love ourselves unconditionally and trust ourselves enough, then we can start helping the other people outside, right? Casey says, I might not trust myself sometimes, but I always trust in God. Remember, we create our reality with our choices and decisions. Amen. Amen, Casey. And I get like that, Casey. I get like that. If I cannot trust myself, Lord knows, help me, help me, help me, help me. And he will. But you got to have faith. People just be like, oh God, I want him to help me do this. What, do you even have faith in him? And then the best thing about it is he's so nice to us. He's so good to us. I don't care what we do. So that's why I'm saying you beat yourself up. There's a God. He's already forgiven you. So stop being mad at yourself. Why are you still mad at yourself? All your debts have been paid for. That's just the way so people can still use negativity throughout the world. Nobody wants to be, why is so hard to be nice? Why is so hard to be happy? I don't understand that part. I don't understand, y'all. I don't understand it. Hey Shayla, how are you? Welcome. Make sure you did your affirmations. Yes, Casey, because Casey says, I love listening to the stories from our ancestors. Absolutely love it. Yes, because they have, not only do their stories give us purpose or direction, but it gives us comfort and hope. It definitely does, because you figure if somebody can get through it, that means somebody else can get through it. It's all in the mind. It's all in the mind. And we have to keep that part of us going, and we got to keep that part of us positive. It's when we start feeling like, oh, I can't think straight. And when I say can't think straight, that means everything that you're thinking about is negative. No, dig deep in yourself and pull it out. Pull yourself out of that, because you can. Don't say, oh, I can't do that. I done tried that. So you ain't tried hard enough. You ain't tried hard enough. Yes, Casey, you are right on that. You are right. Yes, thoughts create our reality. They do. Simple as that. Simple as that. Thank you, Ron. Blessings to you as well. Thank you for coming out. It was good to see you. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, make sure you hit that thumbs up before you leave up out of here. Okay, says a lot of our culture has no common sense anymore. Oh my goodness. Casey Spiritual Corner. You say that, and you said that. And I kid you not, I was talking with my therapist today, and we was talking about how things are so different and how things don't even matter anymore. That used to be so cultivating and so it had all purpose to it. Now it's like, it's gone now. And then if you try to explain it, it's not making sense to some people because they've never heard it. They didn't have to grow up with it, or experience it. But even though we didn't get to experience some of the things that our ancestors had told us or talked to us about or that we've heard, some of those things we can still live out. It's just people not wanting to do it. There was a good quote that I read last night, and I can't quote it for quote, but let me tell y'all what it was about. We sit here talk about, ooh, these kids nowadays. It's not about the new kids nowadays. It's about what we have lost. It's about what we have lost. And that's control, setting boundaries, understanding, guidance, appreciation. We got to put that back into humanity. Because we sit back and say, "Oh, these kids nowadays," and y'all know I'm guilty because I be saying, "Oh, these new day babies, oh, they something serious." But it's not that. They the same babies. We just a different. We just a different world right now. It's not the same. The environment is not the same anymore. Our beliefs aren't the same anymore. So we better stop blaming on these babies, y'all. But they are smarter and stuff. Like they do stuff a little bit different. But I get the drift when I read it, and I thought that was something very, very powerful. So let me see. I want to make sure I'm getting. Casey says sometimes we ask for something specific and lock him. Oh, and lock him into that. Always ask for the things or some things better because he sees the whole picture. We don't. Casey, me and you go do a collab because girl, we got so many things to talk about. And I want to share that same energy with other individuals. And I just think that would just be amazing because you are right. That's what my mama used to say. If you go ask for it specifically. Go straight for the horse, and then don't settle for less. But if you're gonna ask for big, get ready to do big and get ready to work hard for your big. Because what we just go give he just go give it to you, but it's your right to keep it going. It's your responsibility to make sure if he gives it to you, you better damn well be ready to accept it and be ready to go with the work that it goes with. So Casey, yes. Okay, Marcia. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just going through my chat. I like this. What KC526 says. She says, "What grand and glorious adventures can universe and I create today?" Man, Casey, you will be surprised. You would be so surprised. And I think you know that. I think you know what can be created because we know, like, if we really put our minds, heart, soul, and faith into it, we got it. We go get it. So, yeah, the universe will be able to give us something great. Yes. Yes. Yes, Marcia, you are so very welcome. Marcia says, thank you for this topic. I have to say goodnight. Working at the thrift store tomorrow. They are closing business on May 1st. God bless them. Marcia, God bless you. Hopefully there'll be something else that you'll get to find that you get to enjoy. And thank you so much for coming out, showing your support as always. Lots of love to you. Have a blessed night. Tracy says, I agree with that. She says, parenting has definitely taken a step back. Both parents are away from home too much. That's true. And you know what, Tracy, and I'm guilty. Y'all know, I will be honest with y'all. I'm here all day, every day with my 3-year-old. And I could sit up here all day, all night, tell her, don't do this, don't do that. But because I am working, it's like I don't, my boundaries aren't set right with her. You know what I mean? My boundaries are not set right with her. And I mean, she knows how certain things go. Like if mom's on a conference call, if I tell her, hey, I'm getting on a conference call, she understands that, or you need to use your inside voice. She understands those things. But even with me being right here every day, it's still things that I lack that I'm not giving her. So I can definitely agree with you what you're saying. So there's other individuals that can agree too, because even though I'm here all the time, like you said, there's parents that are not home as much, to show the guidance and the concerns and the love. So I know that even though I'm here all day, I know that there's other parents out there that aren't there, and it's tough. It is tough, but we're still parents and we still have responsibilities. But I am guilty of that, even being at home. So I can only imagine without them having, parents at the house as much as, we used to. Okay, you know what, Casey? Casey too. 52. Yes, that would be awesome. So I will actually, y'all, my email address is uniqueinspirations2022 at gmail.com. I will put that down in there. If somebody want to put it in there, that's great. If not, I can put it in there. But yes, so Casey Spiritual Corner, if you would like to reach out to me, please feel so. We could probably get together this Friday. I will be on my show at 8:30, but if we can set something up, maybe, we can, I don't know, however we figure it out. How about that? So you get you some showtime and, inspire your loved ones and family, because we're all family, You see, I be popping in over there. So let's see. So yeah, so I just want to also let you guys know too, humanity, when you look at it on a spiritual, okay, this is what I had left out. When you look at it on a spiritual aspect, for people that are interested and would like to know that, it states here that humans were created with the intent of abundant living, fruitless and growth, multiplication and expansion, as well as structure and organization, are all part of God's plan. These also include stewardship of society and care for the natural world, which so true. So true. I mean, we make life hard, I think, sometimes because we make it hard. I think sometimes if we stop and slow down, sometimes things will start to make sense to us and we will be more easy on our minds, you know what I mean? And easy on our conscious, and just so many things that we can relieve if we just know how to just go through life. We don't come here with instructions, and our parents don't have instructions when they give birth to us. They don't got no instructions, and we don't have no instructions as parents. So we all have to work together in order to get what we need to get. Okay? So I hope that made sense to some people. Oh, awesome. Awesome. I didn't even know, Casey. Thank you for sharing. Nobody told me that they were going to be on there, because I sure would have tuned in. Now I'm going to have to go watch it. Casey, thank you so much. Yes, I'm going to have to come and do it and see. But yeah. So I am hoping and praying that everybody is able to do something for somebody else that shows compassion, love completely, Forgive is a good one. Choose to love, not hate. Let's choose to love, not hate. Focus on your individual potential. Guys, it is so important. Focus on your individual potential, because if you want to give it, you know what I mean? Give it, and give it with all you got. Don't just be giving time and stuff just because you feel like you have to, or you have no drive and no passion to do it. I'd rather say don't do it. But if you know that you have it and it's going to not only help you, it helps somebody else, but do it. Take clothes to the men and women kids shelters, or women that are abused. Just whatever it is that you feel like you can do, go spend some time, read the books at the library or something. Smile and give good words to strangers. Like strangers, believe it or not, strangers gonna look at you crazy, but they actually like it when you come up to them. They really, really do. So they just go play hardcore, because they be like, well, why is this person? Remember I said, why is this person so friendly? Casey says, okay. Casey says, just put a link up and everyone calls in. Okay, awesome. Casey, so we go get with that, KC526, and I will actually, somebody get a hold of me, and I'm gonna get a hold of y'all, so we can work this thing out. Today is Wednesday. Can y'all believe it? We are at hump day already. So Casey says she raised 2 sets of kids by herself. You're a strong woman. You're a strong woman. It's not easy. It's not easy, especially being a single parent. Oh, I only got to know a little bit about being a single parent. I don't know much about being a single parent, but I know enough that it's hard. It can be very hard. So yes. Thank you so much, Casey. But yeah, so I just feel like we, as individuals, as humans, we have to think about humanity. We have to think about becoming more humanitarians, so we can, lift up one another. And I can only imagine that you went through hell. I can only imagine, because you said 2 sets of kids. And and then mine's, I have 2 children, but they were spaced out. And even raising them, it can be tough. It can be tough because everything relies on you. Everything relies on you. But you know what? This is why humanity is so important, because if we can go back sometimes to the day where everybody wasn't like so hungry for attention and money and all these other kind of things, it would be nice just to have those individual people to say, hey, bring your little boy or your little girl over here. We'll teach them how to ride a bike or read a book to them while you spend, about an hour, 2 hours to go run an errand or get your house cleaned up the way you used to. People used to be like that. Now it's like you can't trust people to be like that. So I get why people don't do it anymore, but we broke that bridge somewhere, and I really believe that we have to somewhat find it so we can put it back together. That piece has to go through. It has to come together. Yes, we all need to come together and pray and set intentions for love, peace, and healing for all. I'm with you on that, Casey. I'm with you. And that's why I want to take so many more people. We're going to go around the world, girl. People think I'm lying. Going around the world, because I want everybody to know how worthy and precious and valuable they are. We weren't created, just to be created. We were all created for a purpose and a reason. Yes, our lives may be different, but if we all had the same lives, life would not be interesting. We would not learn anything, you know? And if it's like you're learning, you're all learning at the same time, but what fun is that? Tracy says, yes, we were like that, but you're right. It was on important parts. Yeah. Yeah. So, but yes. So I do want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, for showing your support. I hope y'all really did have a good day today. I hope that I was able to take this message and help somebody. And it's just a reminder for some of us, we know what we need to do in order to get things back on track with ourselves, with our home, personal work, society, everything. We know what we need to do. It's just getting there and having people believe and trust in themselves so they can step out there to help. But you guys can do it. You can do whatever you put your mind to, and I'm always open for things that are positive. We got to start pushing out that negative. That negativity is not going to do anything but continue to allow everything around us to crumble. If you see somebody that's fighting through something and it's a negative situation, try to make it a positive for them. If you have a question, let me know. I'll find a positive way, and in every way is not going to work for somebody. But it's always good to at least give them hope and let them know I might not have a positive way for you, but it's a positive way some way. And that's how I see it. It might be in the dark, but there's always something good that's lingering in that dark. And when we get out of that dark and whatever we held on lingering to while we were still in the midst of the dark, that little light that kept us going, when we get out, you talking about shine bright because it's going to be bigger and more than what you thought. More than what you expected. And it's going to be beautiful. Tracy says, thank you, Trina. You're right. It does not to be something huge, just little things. Yes, little things. Little things go into big things. That's why I always say baby steps. There's no reason to rush because when you take baby steps, you still go get it. And then what makes it even better is because you pampered it more. You gave it more love, more attention, more creativity, more passion, so baby steps, small things at a time. So thank you all once again for coming out to Unique Inspirations with who? Me, Trina. And I will see you all tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Until next time, you all have a blessed night. Thank you. Sending love and prayers.